Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of Adventures in Arcane Space, the Spelljammer campaign. Let's go ahead and have our quick introductions before we get into what's going to be a new adventure.
Hi, I'm Lance Corporal Higgimus. I play a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, who is a fighter from an asteroid near Braxon.
Hi, I play Levalithana, an elven mage, wild mage. Wild is
Hi.
important.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Yeldan. I play Yeldan Sharpeye, a Elven Ranger.
I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin.
Hi, I'm Lafdul. I play a specialty priest thief.
All right. Well, so last session we had a bit of a
Technical snafu.
yeah, technical difficulties with Discord, Google, etc., etc. So it was a shorter session, but it turned out to be mostly administrative anyway. We're gonna try to wrap up stuff real fast at the beginning of this before moving on to another adventure. Ockar,
I was the only one to get XP, wasn't I?
Because it was just administrative.
Yeah, but I got XP for a rubbish joke. And no one else got any XP, so
Did you?
leaving.
Well, no.
No, I did.
And Lafdul got XP for being a thief.
I got quite a lot.
That's how wizards gain levels without adventuring. That's how there are so many high-level wizards who don't adventure.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
So Ockar was finishing up his armor.
Oh, I finished it.
Well, you need to roll your proficiency check.
Oh, I do?
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, this will be interesting.
What's your proficiency level in it?
What's it affected by?
Probably strength if it's like weaponsmithing.
It's intelligence.
Armor, 11. It's 11 minus 2.
Really?
What happens
Oh,
if I
dear.
fail it, by the way?
It depends on how badly you fail it.
So it'll
So
take even more time.
if you
a
fail
one.
by a significant amount, then it's just ruined. I mean, you completely botched it. If you fail it by just a little bit, it's flawed, and it will have some negative effects while being worn.
So what's he need to get? Over or under?
Under
I believe
9.
the-
Well, 9 or under.
Yeah.
Don't fail.
The proficiency
Don't
to
fail,
make sure I
Ockar.
didn't mess it up.
It's only
Just-
several months. Of
Hey,
your time.
Ockar. Ockar, just pretend that you're me trying to roll to hit something.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking up the proficiency to make sure I wrote it in correctly.
Where can I hear another set of headphones being thrown across the room?
You didn't hear it last time because I muted myself.
Find your happy space or get a stress ball or something.
Okay, yeah. Number slot. Okay. Hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Just be glad. Just be glad I didn't fail when I
Oh.
fixed the ship.
Oh,
Oh, 1 point off!
Okay, so you've created flawed armor.
I
Oops.
guess I can get that fixed at some point.
But it's not very flawed, is it?
Exactly.
It's a very minor flaw, and you probably don't know it's there yet.
It's a
It's a little-
Spelljammer game, so it should be a deck rather than a floor.
It's probably a little hole at the Achilles tendon.
So it actually functions as 1 point less than normal, and there's a chance of breaking during combat.
Well, that's still better than the other armor I had.
Well, to define break, can it be repaired from a broken piece?
Yes. But it's
So it
still
could
going to
be-
be... it's
Oh.
not going to be repaired to be better than what it is right now.
And you
Is there
can't.
potential for that, though, in the future? That it could be removed?
Nope.
It's very likely in the future he's gonna move on from this armor anyways.
Yeah, but it's still better than what I had before.
Yeah, I mean, it's an
Yeah.
inherent flaw in the design construction.
And I can't just get that fixed at some point?
No.
Okay.
It's integral to its creation, the flaw.
Well, if I can
So-
at least repair the armor myself if it breaks, then that's fine.
Yeah, just keep in mind that, I mean, if it breaks outside of, access to a forge, you'd have to wait until you get to a forge or find a forge or something like that.
AKA, you better keep your other set of armor.
How long does such a repair take?
How long does, I'm not actually sure.
Oh, then I'll keep my split mail on the ship then.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to
James?
have spare armor.
James? Oh, no, not James. Ockar, you are just a wild paladin now.
What do you mean wild?
In terms of like a wild mage, you never know what the result is.
Alright, so the armor class is armor class 2. Rather than 1.
Yeah, but I have the defense adjustment, which makes it 1.
And then you have a shield, don't
Yeah.
you?
The shield, it's got that plus to it, right? Plus 2, plus 3?
Plus
So
3.
you don't get and it
What's
has
wrong
an
with it all?
inherent.
I'm
Doesn't it have an inherent thing of 1?
Right, so armor class, a shield plus 2 is an improvement of 3 on your armor class.
Yeah, so that means that makes my AC -2.
Nice.
And my surprised AC, that's without the dex bonus, is -1.
Yep.
And shieldless, my AC is 1.
Okay.
So
Now,
not
while about the time that Ockar is putting the finishing touches on his suit of armor, I'm going to assume that you guys are probably at the inn in the evening, that kind of thing. So he's finishing up the end of his day. Now, Higgimus, you had stopped by the Seekers, dropped off those star charts in the map that you wanted them to take a look at,
Yes.
and they expect to be done tomorrow morning, so you can pick them up tomorrow morning.
Excellent.
Now, you're at the inn, it's the evening, one of your crew members comes in, and he sees you at the table, having your dinner. Whoever's there comes over and gives you a salute and says, Captain, we had a visitor at the ship not too long ago, and he was looking to hire us for a job. I told him that you'd be here, and he said he'd stop by in the morning.
Oh, excellent. Did you get a name?
I did not, but he's a Herwady, so he said he'd look you up here in the morning.
Was Horwady.
Herwady, you would know what a Herwady is, so would Braxon.
Yeah.
Herwady are a reptilian race. They're very old. They once had a stellar empire, but it collapsed. And so now they, serve on other ships and stuff like that. They're pretty useful. They kind of have a sort of a tribal, somewhat migratory existence, hiring on with ship crews and then getting their money and giving that to their tribe and everything like that. But they don't have there really isn't like a permanent populace of Herwady on Brawl. There's certainly a few that live here that have lived here all their lives, but it's very small. But most Herwady on Brawl tend to just be here for no more than a couple years before moving on to another port, joining another ship's crew out of another asteroid, something like that. just kind of generating the money for their tribe and everything like that.
All right. Excellent. Thank you for letting me know, crewman.
No problem. Everything's ready with the ship to go anytime if you decide to take the job.
Excellent. Just go over everything once more. Make sure everything's perfectly shipshape.
Aye, will do, sir. He salutes again
I'll
and
salute.
takes his leave.
Yeah, I'll return the salute.
Okay.
And when everybody gets back, I'll let them know what's going on.
All right. So, is there anything that anyone wanted to do this evening?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. My character's mostly been practicing his skills basically this month.
Okay.
Like he did an all-rounder. He did like some bow work, making bows. He made some weapons. He made some leather working.
Okay. Everyone else just want to retire for the evening. See what this person has to. What the job offer is the next day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll get up extra early so I arrive when everybody wakes up.
Sounds good. All right. So. Yep. Go ahead. You're about to.
Lafdul comes to the party and he just asks them, do you want me to use some magical form of detection on him to see if he's sincere or something? Or are we just going with that? I'm just putting the offer there.
I don't suspect anything.
I concur. I don't see any reason why we should do that.
Fair enough.
I mean, I haven't had very much to deal with these people before, but I don't recall any outlandish stories about them.
I had nothing at all to do with them before, so I have no idea. Are they trustworthy in general?
In general, yeah, they're they're considered fairly valuable crew members because they have the ability to generate a fog cloud, which can refresh
So
air.
do I.
Well, yeah, but they don't need to cast it.
Okay.
It's a natural
What do
ability.
they do? They just fart? Sorry.
I had a feeling someone was going to go there.
Oh man.
It was too good to resist.
So they can refresh air envelopes on long journeys very easily. So when ships get them as crew member, they are pretty confident that they're not going to have problems with air for long journeys.
Mm-hmm. But that has nothing to say about their characters and personalities.
Well, they're no more or less trustworthy than your average human, dwarf, or elf.
Oh, Lafdul, yes, put it on. Well, actually, they want something from us, so it's like... Would it be a lot of work for you, Lafdul?
No, just give me an indication. That's all, like a hunch. You think he's a good guy, you think he's a bad guy.
I think. Why don't you do it then?
Will this be visible? Will this person notice you doing that?
Good point.
It's remain stationary and concentrate on the subject for a full round. No, I just stare at him like Ockar. Actually, we've got Ockar. He's got evil intent.
Yeah, I've got that. I could just do that.
Well, I was going to cast no alignment. That was all I was going to do.
Heck, if I wear the helmet part of my plate armor, then he wouldn't be able to see my face at all.
It'd be a bit rude, wouldn't it?
You could
You'd have your
always
visor off.
You could always try and I mean, he doesn't necessarily need to meet with all of you.
True, one of us could just be sitting back keeping an eye on him.
It's up to you guys.
Braxon, do you want to be with me when we meet with the guy?
Yeah, I'll have the spell. I'll just have it.
I fancy being a wiggle.
I'll come with.
What?
Yes, I should point out that they are known as wiggles as well.
Yeah,
wiggle.
they got grounding cousins called swamp wiggles.
Oh,
Okay.
the components by the thing though is variable and somatic, so it's very visible.
What?
For no alignment, I just
It's
looked it
got
up.
a duration of 1 turn, so
Yeah, you can cast it before he comes in, or cast it outside of the room and then come in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
If it doesn't, it certainly won't hurt. So let's do it.
Well, it could hurt. It.
Well, let's
turns
just
out
meet
that
with
this
the
guy's
person.
on the up and up. It could. Yeah.
Let's just meet with the person. We'll find out whether or not they're up to something or not.
well, we got a paladin in our group, so to speak. So they're not going to think we've got bad intent. We're just vetting him out, so to speak. If he
Higgimus-
does want to argue the issue,
Yes, but casting divination spells on someone while they're right there is
I'm not
generally
gonna cast it
considered
next.
very rude. Just putting that out there.
What about casting it outside the room and coming in
yeah,
with
that's
it cast?
the idea.
Well, that's the thing. Would they notice?
Would they?
Maybe.
Lafdul?
We'll have to find
They
out.
notice? How noticeable is that?
I don't know. It depends if someone's actually looking at me.
Well, they will. I mean, you come
Yeah,
in
I
and you
could be
say hello, they
outside.
will look at you. Will you
Oh my
look
God.
different? Will you have a halo or something?
Let's just move on with the storyline plot, because
You guys have a little bit of an issue with paralysis. You know that?
Yes.
I've noticed.
I regret offering. you know.
Braxon's just going to go and meet the wiggle. Is it one wiggle or lots of wiggles?
Just
We
one
need to
wiggle.
get a wiggle on.
He's. You're only meeting with one. You don't know. Maybe there will be more who want to come along. You don't know yet. You don't know anything about what the job entails.
Yeah.
But
Let's
yes,
go, they got money.
Lafdul, you may in the future not want to offer these things and just make an executive decision on your own.
Yes.
Fair enough.
you have seen what happens when you make these offers.
Yeah, we
I
just spent
just
like
think it's
10
funny.
hours discussing it and going in circles.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's funny that you guys are doing all this with this person, and the last person that came to us, you're all like, yeah, let's help him out right away.
Yeah.
Jumping all over it. All right, so let's just meet with this person tomorrow, and we'll figure out what they want.
Okay.
We're terrible.
Mhm.
Okay.
We are.
Yeah. Well, PCs.
All right. So it's about mid-morning when the crew member told you about what time he would stop by, and so it's about mid-morning, say 10 a.m. kind of thing, and you're waiting for him at your inn. Lafdul, well, who is actually there besides Higgimus and Braxon?
I am.
Okay.
I guess if I'm told about this, I'd show up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm around.
We should all be there.
I-
Someone want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Is there
Actually,
like some outside tables?
Not outside, but you could certainly like be up the stairs.
All right, I'll be upstairs.
Actually, I'm burned from last time, from our last adventure. I will cast a detect magic before we go in.
Well, he's coming to you,
Yeah,
so you would probably want to be upstairs as well with Lafdul, waiting for him to show up.
Yes. When he shows up, I cast the spell and I go downstairs to meet him.
same with me when he arrives.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just getting so cautious.
And we're also, I'm looking at Lever and I'm just feigning like a conversation, as if we're talking about magic.
Speak for yourself.
Not very loud, just quiet chat. It's not to
Speak
draw
for yourself. Braxon heard.
You know, Lafdul, the more we try to do stuff on the slide, the more people will get suspicious of us. let's just act normally, like we would in normal times. Like read a book, do something.
Lafdul walks downstairs. He casts a spell. Everyone in the inn stares at him.
Oh, God.
Braxon.
All right.
Lema
Braxon
follows
heard there was a
Lafdul and pokes him in the back and says, "Hey, Lafdul, what are you doing?"
You just ruined my
Braxon,
spell.
what are you doing? You're trying to say something.
No, I was going to just say, speak for yourself. Braxon heard there was money and went, right, where do we sign up?
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
So, about mid-morning, a Herwadi individual walks in. He is reptilian. He's about 6.5 feet tall. His scales are small, glossy, and a dark green color. He has kind of frog-like legs. You make a reasonable guess that he'd be pretty good at jumping. And you can clearly see that his hands and feet are webbed. He doesn't wear much in the way of clothing. He basically has a brightly colored loincloth. His chest is bare. And Braxon and Higgimus, you know that this is fairly standard attire for Herwadi. They don't usually wear a whole lot of clothing.
I'll wave him over or her over.
Okay. Once I finish my description, no, I'm just kidding. I want to try to give you guys a bit more about what he looks like, since there is one picture of a Herwadi, only one that has ever been published, and I will show it to you momentarily. But just to help you get more of the vision of what these guys look like. He's got a long, sharp chin, a large nose, almost gnomish-like, and large ears. He also has a beard. It's not very long. It's well-groomed, and a bit of hair as well on top, but almost like a receding hairline on a male. But again, Higgimus and Braxon, you know that's just normal for them. There are definitely some white hairs showing in his beard, so you'd guess that he's in his middle age now. And he's got a number of, he's got quite a bit of jewelry on as well. Much of it in the, like, shells and sea motifs and stuff like that. So
A frog sphinx.
Let me go ahead and show you the only picture that has ever been published of a Herwadi.
A frog sphinx.
I have no idea what you're saying.
You know the sphinx in Egypt? But
yeah.
it's a frog. It's a frog with a human head.
That looks like a really hairy goblin
Mm-hmm.
with seashells.
Well, he really only has hair on the face. The rest of his skin has no hair, and it's covered in scales. I mean, he's pretty clearly reptilian. Seeing you and seeing Higgimus wave him over, he heads over to you. He's got a belt as well. There are some pouches hanging from it and a broadsword. He also, as he's closing in, you can see that he clearly has some valuable pieces of jewelry. A number of it's pretty clearly gold, or at least appears to be gold. Could be gold-plated for all you know, but it's like a golden shell necklace, golden armbands and anklets, hoop earrings made of some sort of shell. And he heads over to you.
A question concerning this. Lewa has read the book, Treatise on the Language of the, what's it called?
Herwadi.
Herwadi. And how much will she understand?
You haven't taken the proficiency in that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you would understand very little in general. A lot of it was talking about the linguistics of the language. So, you know, you picked up some etymology, you picked up some discussions of the phonemes they use, a bit about how their language is formed, but you don't have the vocabulary.
Okay.
But he's also not too likely to talk to you in his own language.
Okay.
But before he came in, or as he came in, you're joining now. You cast your detect magic spell, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
With mine, no alignment.
Yeah. So the
Wild Surge?
Nah, I'm not going to do that for.
Ah, that could have totally end the adventure.
No. Sometimes the Wild Surge has to take a back seat to getting things going.
Just
Yep.
DM change it, you know.
All right. So
Uh-oh.
Big Mac.
Leva, you detect that his sword is magical, and it is affected by enchantment charm magic.
Okay. That actually makes some sort of sense.
And Lafdul, you had cast no alignment. Does that actually tell you? I don't have the spell description up right now. Does that actually tell you what the alignment is? Or is it a chance?
No alignment enables this priest exactly read the aura of a creature or an aligned object.
Well, if it said exactly, then probably.
You read the aura of a creature or aligned object. That's all it says.
If a creature rolls a successful saving throw
Yeah,
for spell.
I was going to get
Yeah,
to that.
okay, that's the kind of thing that I was looking for. All right, so let's see.
And certain magical devices negate the power.
Okay, Lafdul, the aura that you're reading is basically you would probably get like a color or something like that, but you recognize the color as being neutral good.
Okay.
Okay, so he comes over and sits down at your table and nods to Higgimus, recognizing, having heard that he is the captain of the ship. And he says, "I am Nogrish of Clan Waters Under the Moon. I would like to hire your ship to transport me to a long-scheduled meeting. It is but a few days from Brawl. If you have spare time that you can assist me with this."
What was his name again?
Nogrish.
Nogrish?
Nogrish.
Nogrish. Oh, another hard name to say.
Yeah, it's almost as if these people don't speak English, that they don't. English isn't their
Their first
the
language.
source of their names and everything like that.
How dare they?
Yeah, I know.
Using the proper, not diplomacy, but
Etiquette.
etiquette, I'll respond back to him with the appropriate greeting as well, and then I'll ask him. So you wish us to take you to a meeting place? It's in Brawl Space, you say?
Yes. The meeting is to receive information that I have been expecting, rather than items. So I will be your only passenger. There's no other individuals who will be coming along. And I will not require the use of your cargo hold beyond a single crate. The information I'm receiving is of a personal nature, but I am willing to pay you 1,000 gold pieces up front, and at the conclusion, I will reimburse you for any reasonable expenses and pay you 50 gold pieces per day.
Hmm.
And is there expected to be any trouble? Is the crate that you're wanting us to deliver hazardous in any way?
No, it is not, and I do not anticipate any trouble beyond what normally occurs out in wild space. As I said, it is just for delivery of information to myself.
Do any of our spells detect lying?
No.
No,
What
that's
a
a
pity.
specific spell.
Is it?
Yeah, there is a specific spell for that.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh,
what?
I have a spell that I could have cast.
Is there any sort of information that we might need to know along the way if we were to take this job?
Nothing that I could think of.
We're not like flying through any sort of hostile area or anything like that beyond the normal.
No, Brawl Space is fairly safe beyond your usual pirates and occasional monsters.
How long do you suspect the job to take?
As I said, just a few days.
Okay.
How noticeable is it to cast ESP?
Does it have a somatic and material component?
It
And
has a
verbal
copper
component?
piece. A copper piece.
And what about verbal and somatic components?
A verbal, I don't know. I only wrote down that it uses up a copper piece.
I've got the rules up. I'll take a look.
I got it. It requires all three.
Okay, that's pretty noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
You need to do
at
hand signs and speaking.
a table with
Mm-hmm.
that you're sitting
How
at.
long-
Everyone's thinking about
How long
when
does
we
it
might
last? So could I go outside to use the restroom and cast it there and come back?
That
Oh,
would
that
that would
depends.
be kind of suspicious.
Okay. In that case, forget it.
Getting up to
I
leave in the middle of
forgot,
a
and,
common, a fairly short
Mhm.
situation.
I forgot, so that's it.
How do bathrooms
Braxton's
work in,
Braxton's gonna.
do they
sorry.
have indoor plumbing?
I'm sorry.
How do bathrooms work in D&D? Do they have indoor plumbing?
You know, out use and stuff. we
Well, here
Garbage
on
collection.
Brawl, there is a sewer system of sorts. It's not really something that you could easily get through.
You never thought anybody would ask you this, did you?
And it's not covered in any of the material.
Yeah.
And they probably would not use actual water to take care of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because water's valuable on Brawl.
Yeah.
Gelatinous cubes that go through the sewers.
Yeah, so inns probably actually would have plumbing that leads to a chamber with a gelatinous cube or some other type of creature that would clean it up. Or they have chamber pots that are collected by someone who would take them to the jettison, which are
I
reliable.
remember someone in the
Where
community
was that?
talking about. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember someone in the community talking about a magic item called a basket of devouring.
Yeah.
Which I don't know whether that's canon or fanon.
The basket of devouring is a canon item. Whether it is canon to use it as a toilet, probably not.
I was just gonna ask, how do you spell this guy's name?
I will put it in the Discord. I mean, not the Discord, the Roll20 chat.
Thank you.
Well,
What's the spelling in the name of the asteroid we got to go to?
It doesn't have one.
Oh,
If you ask him, he says, it is an unnamed asteroid. It is just one of the many thousands and thousands of asteroids in Brawl Space.
do I have a? If he tells us where it is, do I have a star chart that'll show us the way?
He can direct you there. he
Okay.
says.
It was 1,000 GP.
Yeah.
And an extra how much per day?
50. Are you interested
Are you
in
on
the
Are you under time pressure?
I was
I would certainly like to get the information as soon as possible, but I have been waiting quite some time. It is not something if you need to take another day to get your ship ready, that would not affect things. No.
Well-
Just as so we can, if you heard our name from someone else, so we can actually maybe pass something on to them as a thanks. Where did you get our name from?
Braxon's been going around looking for work, so he might have heard it from.
And you guys have also turned down a lot of jobs in these in these months.
Okay.
He says, I didn't actually get your... you were not referred to me by anyone in particular. I've heard of the work you did for Sorkal Hain and House Mashta.
Oh,
And
okay.
They sound that you have a ship. I've heard that your prices are reasonable, and you are honest.
Yep,
And you're
that's
available.
true.
Thank you. That's nice of you to say.
Lafdul coughs as he stammers.
Do you have any special requirements, Nogrish? Do we need to bring aboard special food?
No, I do not.
Well, everyone, this seems like a standard trip, courier mission. Does anybody else have any questions?
Not really.
Nope.
No.
All right.
Sounds good.
Excellent. I think we'll take you up on your offer.
We can probably. Oh, wait until. Are we gonna go right away, or this is out of character?
He said that you can, if you need another day or so, you can have it. So it's basically how long do you when do you want to go?
Does tomorrow sound all right for everyone here?
Sounds good.
But Braxton's quite happy to walk out the door and get on the ship.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeldan's ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm pretty straightforward. Well,
Set out tomorrow morning.
I have to calculate the ingredients cost first. That will take at least a day.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can meet us at our ship tomorrow morning.
All right, I will be there.
Excellent. Thank you. I'll
Yes,
stand
we'll
up and
tell him where
shake
our
his
ship
hand
is.
or do whatever the etiquette thing is to do.
wait,
Yeah,
did
he shakes
you
your hand.
buy our ship to tell our crew that?
I'm sorry?
One of our crew members came to us, so I'm guessing he already knows where our ship is.
Yeah.
But Braxton will offer to walk him down to the docks and show him where the ship is and introduce him to the crew.
No, you would realize that he knows where your ship is because your crew member came to tell you that he stopped by your ship
Cool.
first.
Got ya. Sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
I'm kind of amused that I guess Yeldan's been avoiding the ship when he's not sleeping there, so that makes sense.
It is incredibly cramped, so yes, I would imagine so. You've probably been spending a lot of your daytime that you're not doing other things in the Elven Forest. Okay, so next morning is when you guys will set out. If there's any last-minute preparations that you want to get, Lafdul and Leva, you need to spend your the amount to replenish your material components.
How much? Oh, I had it written down somewhere.
Okay, that's
Do you
good.
need me to look it up for you?
Are we down any supplies for ship repair?
If you've
No,
got
we're good on
no,
ship stuff.
Does anybody need more arrows?
I've wrote down on my character sheet that I have silver arrows. I never had it for the last adventure, but I assume during the time past I would have had them. Because I already paid for them.
Yeah, I was just asking if anybody needed more arrows or crossbow bolts.
No.
Hang on,
Well,
let me have a look.
we've got a crew full of people that use short bills, so we're going to have a load of flight arrows at the very least on the ship.
We have ballista bolt too they can use.
Yeah, that's actually a question I forgot to ask about. What would it take? Do you use fletching to create ballista bolts?
It's engineering or siege works, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a more serious thing than just bow your fletching.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm down. Braxon says
sorry.
I'm down to 16 arrows. Maybe I should get some. How many have you got yet?
What type of arrows you use?
Be right back.
Flight arrows.
I got 46 flight arrows.
You got 36.
46. How many did you need?
Oh God.
It's 20.
Just a quick question in between, Old.
It's 20 in a quiver, not 20.
It's the calculation I put in there correct?
Let's see. In Discord?
No, in the Roll20. It's a macro I wrote.
I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't?
I don't see either.
Just a moment. I need to make it public in that case. Okay.
Old.
Yeah. Hold
pick-
on, real fast.
Okay.
For the arrows for Yeldan and Braxon, just you can discuss that in like Discord or something like that.
Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll do. The other thing is Braxon wants to. When we did some ship repairs on the way in, did we replenish the supplies? We've had plenty of time, haven't we?
You did not replenish supply. I mean,
We have
You
8
didn't-
hull points worth of wood.
how much?
8 hull points worth of wood.
Yeah, you don't need more. And you didn't use up much in the way of food or anything like that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, I was mainly thinking we did some repair work.
Well, you've got 8 points right now.
Do you see it now?
Yeah, I'm not sure where the 9 and the 4 come from. I mean, well, no, I see the 4. I don't know where the 9 came from.
Just a moment.
Should be 2 times 2 times 4.
I don't see anything on the pommel.
It's max. It's probably max spell level.
It's current spell level. Your current maximum spell level, which would be 2nd level.
Okay.
Okay. And Higgimus, you were asking me something?
Can I pick up the star chart stuff?
Yes. Yeah. Anything else that anyone wants? I mean, if it's normal stuff, you can just deduct the cost and put it down in your inventory and stuff like that. So, Higgimus, you head back to the Seekers, and and there's actually one other thing that I'll do after this that I just remembered. And let me see, where was that? Okay, so you head to the Seekers and to find out what they came up with, those star charts and everything. The chart you got from the very first adventure is on the Cuddle Command. They tell you that the chart appears to be fairly recent, and it seems to document a phlogiston river from the sphere of prime space to a sphere called Alavar space. The chart is written in Goblin, and the Seekers are unfamiliar with the name of that sphere, but they think it's Elvish.
Alagon space.
Alavar space.
It sounds elvish.
When you get a chance, could you just post this stuff in Discord when you have a chance later?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. The second one that you got from one of the it was like a drawer down where the ghouls were under inside Brawl, under Brawl.
Yes.
That chart is 100 years old, give or take, and it seems to be a route from Brawl to an asteroid on the other side of Brawl's asteroid belt. Although what's there is unknown.
Interesting.
Treasure hunt, dude.
And then the chart that you got from the Elven puzzle boxes and the map as well. The Seekers were easily able to identify that the map itself is of a location on the planet Radal, which is in winter space.
Winter space?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but
It's Radal is a fairly well-known world. It's actually what we would call tidally locked. So one side is always facing its primary, and one side is always facing away. So there's just a thin ribbon of habitable land, basically along the Terminator.
gotcha.
Equator.
You would be familiar with at least the name Radal as a major spelljamming destination.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I myself am not aware, but my character would know. Okay.
Yeah. And it seems to lead. The map itself seems to point to a cave on the sunward side and the sunless side of the planet. What are in those caves is not detailed. And they weren't really able to tell anything about the chart itself. But they do believe it's related to winter space, given that you would have told them that you got the two together.
Okay.
Do you want
Would
to
Lever
tell?
know about that?
I'm sorry?
Would Lever know about that?
No.
Okay.
The chart is written in a language that they don't have a record of. And there's no text on the map itself, but they were able to easily identify the locations.
Okay.
Comprehend languages. Don't they have access to comprehend languages?
I didn't ask him to use any magical resources on this stuff.
It's only a level that would have that.
I found a map of Radol if you want to show the audience.
I'll wait until we actually end up going there or something like that.
Cool.
I'll thank him for the time, and I'll let him know that if we ever get a chance to go out there, we'll bring back news of what was actually there.
They would be extremely appreciative of that, especially that third set.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's as good as payment for them, right?
uh,
Or do I need to tip them? What's the proper protocol on this stuff?
yeah. The whole research thing would be 100 gold pieces and the promise of any and all information that you come across.
Okay.
Copies are fine, not necessarily the originals.
This is with my membership with them, right?
Yeah. Although it would have been without as well.
Oh, okay. Not a problem.
Okay, and also, during these last few months, Urgoth was able to do the surveying of your asteroid,
Mm-hmm.
and for his team, it would cost him about 8,000 gold pieces and about a half a month's work to clear out enough to let a ship into that interior cave.
What size ship?
Not a galleon. A galleon would be too tall. They can carve out a space about 80 feet tall. That's the height of the height from the water line to the ceiling of the interior cave. And it would be about 50 feet wide, give or take.
What type of ship would that fit? I mean, I know it'll fit what we have right now, but
Yeah, it would. Well, I mean, it would work with most of the smaller sailing type vessels, including a hammer, and some of the larger ones that are Spelljammer specific. It would work for squid ships. It would work for hammer ships, but it wouldn't work for galleon. The interior cave is not tall enough for a galleon, which would need a good 150 feet of clearance.
gotcha.
So how much was that again? 8,000 gold pieces.
Yeah. And part of that is they would be taking away the stone. They said that it was pretty good quality stone that they would then use for building elsewhere.
We don't have enough. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean
We don't have enough.
this was the survey, so
Yeah.
All right. Thank them for their time there.
okay.
We'll definitely make use of their skills when we are able to afford them.
Okay. And this is actually significantly cheaper than it might have otherwise been, not just because of your relationship, but also because you're not looking for like smooth worked stone walls. You're just looking for cut this path out so you can get ships in and out. That would be like rough cuts, blasting, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Yep.
What
So,
would the works cost?
A lot more.
Okay.
And it would take a lot more time.
Yeah. We're not looking for that though. We're not making it look nice yet.
He'll be able to handle that though when we get to that though, right?
Yes.
Braxon's going to ask him if there's anything we could do with the material that's removed.
I think that's part of the payment though.
yeah, that's part of the payment.
That's why it's cheaper.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Otherwise, it would be a lot more.
No,
If
that's
you were to
great.
keep the stone.
That's great.
Because not only is that a good quality stone, but it's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll get enough money after our work here.
Okay.
Possibly, but I don't think we should do that right away, even if we have, because we want to get a bigger ship.
Okay, so Braxon's going to say, what's the economics about taking the stone out? Would it be worth making side caves in order if the stone's worth mining, and then we get a cave and you get some extra stone? Is that profitable, or are we losing money? Stuff like that.
Well, I mean that would require a lot more precise work. This is more of just cut it and pull it out kind of thing.
Yeah.
It would not be anywhere near as inexpensive as what I quoted you if you wanted additional tunnels and rooms carved into the stone.
Right.
That would be more actual construction labor.
Right. Yeah. No, I just thought if it was if the stone was that useful, that we'd earn money from having stone out. We'd get a cave and you get some free stone. But no, it looks like it costs more.
What's
Right,
to stop them from getting stone from any asteroid?
Well, I mean,
Tools.
not all asteroids have the same quality stone and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the thing about, if it's like, yeah, carve out some rooms of these dimensions here, and you could just keep the stone. That's not exactly quarrying, so
No,
it requires a lot more effort and planning and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the kind of thing that would eventually be done if you decide to completely remodel the interior and get it turned into a fortress of your own design.
Yeah.
But the stone would very frequently be used to work on your fortress anyway, rather than being exported.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll have to save up a bit of money, I think, to afford your services. But it sounds something I think we're definitely interested in.
It's understandable. Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do before you guys shove off?
That was 8,000 what?
8,000 gold pieces.
That's for just doing that. That's the whole price, including the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not even.
So no one else has anything else?
A very minor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Lafdul purchased a pack of playing cards. He needs to play cards with some rogues at some point. just so I can use it as a spell component.
Ah, but are they marked cards?
No,
Okay,
they're just
checking.
standard cards.
Do you have the gaming proficiency?
Not yet.
Okay.
No. I just want it for a spell component.
Okay, so
someone to play a friendly game with me. Or is that not going to class as being used if it's not a proper game?
I mean, you could have played with. You've had a couple months of downtime. If you want to say that you played cards,
I didn't
that's fine.
want to say that post as we were flying off there.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you say it now, that's fine. That you did this in the meantime. All right.
52 in a set. I assume if it's standard playing cards.
Okay, everyone ready to go?
The only thing I was going to say about the ammo for the ship, I don't see that on the character sheet. Is that kind of hand weight?
It is not. It should be there.
I was going to say it's listed underneath the supplies in the docks.
Hull points, supplies.
On your shared document?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I was looking on the sheet on Roll20.
Yeah, it might not be there.
Right. Okay. So we've got enough.
Yeah, underneath ship equipment.
You
have
guys-
more than we'll ever possibly shoot.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well, at the rate of fire, we would be here for days shooting.
We'll die long before we've used up all our ammo.
Yeah.
Silly
Okay.
question.
How much-
Do we?
How much ammo do we have then?
41 bolts.
Oh. We'll be
Okay.
dead before we use that amount anyway. So.
okay. So any other last minute stuff?
Do we have a compass? Silly question. I don't know if it's relevant.
Do you have a what?
Do we have a compass or a way of articulating direction?
Compasses don't work in wild space.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah,
What-
silly. Well,
You have something like a sextant, and you look at the position of the stars.
Yeah, and
You've got constellations on the wall.
Higgimus
Yeah,
definitely
that
had.
was all.
I remember Higgimus buying a sextant.
Yep, we have a sextant spell, Jamie. And a
Yeah.
spyglass.
So if you look at the map that
How much is a
Ald's
spyglass?
thrown up, if you look at the map that Ald's thrown up, imagine around the outside of that map, the big one, there will be constellations on those walls, and we would head towards particular constellations to go towards a specific square.
Okay, so let me see if I got the right.
How much is the spyglass?
1,000.
Yeah, they're 1,000.
It was expensive. That's what most of my money went to before.
Wow, really? 1,000?
Okay, so you guys remember that your asteroid is over here. So that's yours. The destination is over here.
What?
It's on the
I'm the
right
wrong one.
The small one, yeah.
So, Brawl's over here. It's way over here.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the question is basically, you know, what route you want to take to get there. Do you want to go through the center, or do you want to go around the outside?
Which way's faster?
What's the difference?
Is there a sun in the center?
Yes.
How close can we get to the sun without it being?
You can get into the same sphere. Each one of these is millions of miles.
Might as well go straight across then.
Okay. Would you mind expanding a bit for the naive and innocent ones? What's the difference?